Hi, this is Suzanne Morgans with Essential Oils Health Matters and Living the Wholesome Life. And are we on? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. And we are on week 23, day 2 of our positive, peaceful affirmations that we are putting out every day, Monday through Friday. Now, we are working through Dr. Susan Lawton's book, Positive Peaceful Growth Calendar, together. And it's an amazing book. It's the perfect combination of positive affirmations, of music therapy, of aromatherapy, essential oils. If you love those elements, you're going to want to get the book. You can buy it at Aroma Tools or Oil Life. And the affirmation for this entire week that we're concentrating on is I am good at asking for help on new things. And I would just honestly shorten that to I am good at asking for help. Let's just say that 3 times together. I am good at asking for help. I am good at asking for help. I am good at asking for help. And is it good to ask for help when we need it? Yes. The universe wants to help us. God wants to help us. Other people around us want to help us. But they don't know what we need help on if we don't ask. So we've just got to be super good at and super open, super vulnerable at asking for help. If we're the type of people who tend to have a hard time asking for help or being vulnerable, admitting that we need help on things, then I might suggest that reading some Brene Brown books on vulnerability. I think she's the #1 world renowned expert on studying vulnerability. And reading some of those books can help us all know that we all need help in different ways. Like we all need help in different ways. And so, anyway, so if you have a hard time asking for help, you have a hard time asking for help, let's perhaps, if you want to, I'm not saying you have to change it, but if you want to, let's open up and let other people have the gift of helping. Because when we're helping someone, we're really connecting with them, right? We are connecting with them. We are growing to know and love them. That when we ask for help, it gives people a chance to grow in whatever they're helping with, right? And to love on us more, because the person that you help, everyone knows, every mom or parent or whatever knows, that when you're helping someone, your love for them grows. So let's let other people's love for us grow as well, and just love for all humanity, right? When you've helped someone, you feel good about everyone. You feel good about yourself. You feel good about everyone. So let's give people the gift and let them help us, right? Anyway, I know the song that we're pairing the entire week is Fountains of Rome 4 by Ottavina Respighi. But I'm going to tweak that a little bit for today. I love that song. Like, it's super meditative. Like, totally love that song. And so if you are in the meditative mood, go ahead and play that song. Another song that I'm connecting with the theme of asking for help when we need it is that song that goes, you can count on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. Okay, so I know that's a totally 80s song that was played so many times at the dances that I went to when I was younger. Shall I just say I'm still young? I hope so. Anyway, definitely have a young spirit. Anyway, so, but that song, Lean on Me, right? We are here. We are here to help and love each other. And when we help and love each other, it helps whoever we're helping, and it helps us too. It makes everyone happier. It puts everyone in a better mood. So let's ask for the help that we need. Anyway, so that's the affirmation for the week. I am good at asking for help on things. I'm going to skip the new things because whatever, even if it's old, right? An old issue that we're dealing with, an old problem, we can still ask for help, right? I'm reminded of that scripture of the woman who goes to this judge and she's like, hey, I need your help. And he doesn't want to help her. Like the scriptures say that this administrator does not want to help this woman, but she goes to him and she goes to him and she goes to him and he finally helps, right? And I'm not saying that we should be like these naggy people, but what I'm saying is sometimes it takes more than one time of asking for help for people to clue in to, oh yeah, that person really does need help. They're serious here. They really need my help, and it would be kind for me to help, right? Sometimes it takes multiple askings for us to clue in. We're human. Everyone's human. A lot of us don't get it on the first time. I know I don't get everything on the first time. So I'm very thankful for people who bring up issues over and over again, saying, hey, this still needs to be solved. It gives me a chance to be in a different mindset and solve things the next time that they're brought up. So don't just because you've asked for help in the past and maybe you didn't get it, don't give up asking for help. I promise. If you keep asking for help, you will eventually get the help that you need. And as I keep asking for help, I will eventually get the help that I need to. I just know that that's true. Okay. So, we are going on to the affirmation for today, which is, I am happy to share my questions with others who may know. Don't you love that? I'm happy to share. I'm happy to share. I'm happy to share my questions. Have you ever been in a class in college and you had a question and you're like, oh, should I ask, should I not ask? And then someone else asks your question and you are so happy. Like, you're so happy. It's like, oh, like, I think like 2/3 of the class is happy that this person asked the question because all of us weren't getting it, right? Or the majority of us, or whatever. Someone, if you have a question, someone else has a question too. And when we're asking our questions, when we're sharing our questions with others who may know. Now, there's kind of two parts to that, and there's probably more than that, but there's two parts that my mind can go to automatically thinking. So that I'm happy to share my questions with others who know the answers, right? There may be others who've been through what we've been through before, and they have some of the answers. Yes, this is how you boil water, or boil an egg, or clean your carpet, or get rid of the stains in your laundry, or, create a happier marriage, or help your children through some of the difficulties they're going in life. Like, there are people who have walked the path that we are walking before, experts who have studied things. And when we share our questions with them, what do we get in return? We get answers. And we give them a gift too, because all of their experience wasn't for nothing, right? We give them a gift too when we ask them for their advice, for their help, for their opinions, whatever. We give someone a gift of hey, I think, and that gift kind of translates to, hey, you know what, I think you're wise, I think you're cool, I think that you have something to offer. I would love to know your opinion. And that's a gift. What a precious gift that is. Now, so sometimes we ask questions for people who know the answers, right? And who is like the best person to be asking our questions to? God, right? Because so many of the things that God tells us back as answers aren't what we would intuitively do. Like, hey, this person's having me travel a mile. What should I do? Travel a second. Like, how many of us actually want that's probably not our go-to, right? Or, hey, I have an enemy, he's being mean, what should I do? Treat him very kindly and pray for him, right? Like, a lot of the answers that God gives us are against a lot of human nature. So, but they're like awesome. Like, you try them and it just works awesome. So, what I want to say on that is, if we're really trying to go to the experts in our lives, bringing our problems to God is like one of the number one things that we can do. We will get our best advice as we pray and we quietly listen and we ponder and we come up with plans and we present them to God and, hey, God, what do you think about this plan? Anyway, I feel like obviously he's the number one expert, but there's other experts in life that we can share our problems with too, who can give us super good advice too. Anyway, so I just wanted to say, God, other people have answers. And then the other person that I thought was, I'm happy to share my questions with people who know. And those are the people that we can share our questions with who maybe know the situation that we're going through and they don't have the answers. They don't have the answers with us. But as we share our questions, even with people who don't know, but they kind of know what's going on, again, we create that connection one-on-one that, hey, I just want to bring you into my life. I think you're important, and I want you to see a little bit of really what's going on in my life. And most people see that as a gift. Most of the time when you're sharing your life with people, they see it as a gift. And probably wanting to cry here just because I love the people who've given me that gift in my life, who have shared their life with me, shared their struggles, shared their problems. I definitely don't have all the answers or even 20% of all the answers. But just knowing what's going on, trusting me with their pain, their hurt, their concerns, their fears, it's a gift. So we don't have to just share our questions with people who have who we think have all the answers. We can just share our questions with people who we feel may be concerned about us, right? And we can say, hey, yeah, this is really what's happening. And you know what? There might not even be an answer to this right now, or we don't know what it is. But just sharing what's going on in your life, it can bring you when you think something's going on and someone shares with you, hey, yeah, that's really what's going on here. Even if you can't do anything to make it better, you have this. You just want to just sigh and just your shoulders relax because you're like, oh, my perception of what I thought was going on is right, is valid. Anyway, so don't just share your questions with people who have the answer. Share the questions with people who you feel like are invested in your life, who would want to know the struggles that you're going through, even if they have no answers. At least they can pray for you, right? At least they can give you a hug. At least they can say, you know what, you're going through a super hard thing. I wish I had the answers. I don't. But just know that I'm I'm thinking of you. I'm praying for you. I'm here for you. I'm here to listen. Right? Last week was all about listening. So, if we have questions, let's share them. Okay. Moving on. We've already talked about, I should honestly just keep Kleenex here because I'm kind of emotional and often cry. Anyway, so we've already talked about this song that we're pairing for the week. It's Ottavino Respighi's song, The Fountains of Rome, the fourth movement of that. And I put it in the comments yesterday. I will probably today put it in the comments, the song Lean on Me, because to me, when we're asking for help, that's the song that resonates with my heart, that people want to help and want to help. And we're all, at different times in our life, we are all the ones that people can lean on, and we all need to lean on other people at sometimes. Okay, so going on to the essential oil diffuser blend that we're diffusing the whole week. So excited about it. It's 2 drops of Arbor Vitae, which is the oil of divine grace. I had to look at my cheat sheet there. And 2 drops of eucalyptus, which is the oil of wellness, and 2 drops of ylang ylang, which is the oil of the inner child. Oh, they're such beautiful oils. They smell so differently. Like, don't you love how things are different and they have these amazing gifts to give us? Like, apples are cool, oranges are cool, bananas are cool. They're all so different, but they all have something so unique and wonderful to offer. And essential oils are the same way. They all smell so differently, and they all have these unique gifts to offer us. Now, I can't move on and talk about the diffuser blend before I talk about this one concept that just popped into my mind. So I'm just thinking that maybe someone out there needs to hear this next thing. And that is that we are all different. And I'm not like you, and you're not like me. And I have certain gifts to offer the world, and you have certain other amazing gifts to offer the world. And just because our gifts are different doesn't mean that they're both not absolutely needed, right? No one can take your place in the world. No one can take my place in the world. So, just putting it out there. You are amazing. You are amazing. Okay, talking about the diffuser blend, we've already told you what it is, but today I wanted to go into the gifts of Arbor Vitae. So, the first gift. Well, the first thing you need to know is that Arbor Vitae is like a tree, and all oils that come from trees are grounding. I'm not talking about the oils that come from the flowers on the trees, or flowers in general, but I'm talking about the oil, the tree oil. It's made from the tree. They're all grounding, centering, stabilizing oils. Your frankincense, your cypress, the black spruce, the Douglas fir, Siberian fir, the tree oils center and ground you. So you're going to see that theme going through a lot of the gifts that we're going to talk about specifically for Arbor Vitae essential oil. So the first gift of Arbor Vitae, and I'm just going to say it like this, because it's so grounding, it's going to help you hold your road. Hold your road is one of my sister's favorite sayings. Just you're going in the right direction. Hold your road. So, if you tend to be the type of person who gets pulled into other people's negative moods, if you tend to be the type of person that gets dragged into other people's drama, Arbor Vitae is a very good oil to diffuse, to put on, so that we can hold our road, not get drawn off the path that we need to go. Diffusing Arbor Vitae. I know. I was working with this life coach once. She's amazing, and in my neighborhood, and I was talking about kind of negative moods and stuff like that in areas or work environments or whatever, and she was saying, you know what? A lot of times, what I do is I imagine that I have like this spacesuit made of light, and what I do is when I know I'm kind of going into an area where there's going to be high drama or negative emotions, and I want to be able to hear and to help, but not get drawn into all of the drama, not lose the grounding. She says, what I will imagine is I will put on this spacesuit, kind of like full light, and then I zip it up, and then it's just like, and then there's like a force around her. Just your problems are your problems. I'm here, I can help, but they're your problems, right? We're not owning other people's problems. We're not owning other people's issues. We're not letting people put responsibility for their actions upon us. We're letting them have their problems and learn and grow. Even though we can help and we can listen, in the end, people's problems and issues are there. So anyway, that might be something that can help you. Like if you have people that tend to want to push responsibility off on you for things that are not your responsibility, or problems on you that are not your problems. If you have people that tend to be emotional and want you to be exactly the same way. Like, aren't you mad at this too, right? We don't have to be that. We don't have to. We can let other people have their own feelings. We can feel sympathetic and compassionate and empathetic, but we don't have to get drawn into everything that we're doing. If you were a therapist, right? What would happen to you if you got totally bent out of shape when people were telling you things that they were bent out of shape over? Would that be helpful? I don't think so. We need to stay grounded in this energy of peace and love, this feeling of peace and love, so that we can calm people down, so that we can lift people up, so that we can be a source of love and light, and help to other people. Anyway, so just saying that if you tend to get drawn onto off your course, Arbor Vitae can be a essential oil that can help by diffusing it, by putting it on. And so where would I put that? Where would I tend to put Arbor Vitae? I personally would put it on my heart area and on my feet, maybe at the base of my spine, just kind of like those grounding places, reminding me to hold my road. Okay, so it can help with times when you're feeling unsteady, when you're feeling threatened. It can help you to feel safe and secure, to stay in your cognitive mind, not to fear and then start making decisions from kind of this irrational brain. No, when things are going on, Arbor Vitae is an oil that can ground you and help you stay steady so you make the best decisions you can make. It can definitely help us get out of sometimes when things are going on, it's a human reaction. They used to say fight or flight, right? That you would either, when things are going on, you would either fight or you would flee. Now they're saying that it's fight, freeze, or flight, right? There's 3 options, and there really, really are, right? When things are going on, sometimes people they want to fight. Sometimes people are like freezing. They're like, oh gracious, like deer in the headlights. I don't know what to do. And then other people are running away. We do any of those really give us what we want? Like if we have a problem and we're running away, is that really helping us? Well, yeah. Like maybe if a bear is chasing us, then yeah. Well, I guess we can't outrun a bear, so even then you're supposed to just like play dead. But anyway, like I'm just saying that if you could outrun whatever danger is coming after you, then yeah, like fleeing is something that would be good. But like most of the time, if we're running away from our problems, that doesn't serve anyone. And most of the time when we see a problem and we are deer in the headlights, right? And we don't even know what to do. And so we don't do anything. Most of the time, that doesn't serve us well either, right? And most of the time, if we see a problem, are having an issue, and what do? We start, I'm going to fight my way through this. That doesn't serve anyone. So those 3 superhuman and normal responses don't do us any good. They put us back in our rational brain where we are not making good decisions. So Arbor Vitae, again, it's an essential oil that can keep us in our rational brain, that can ground us, right? Anyway, that can, if we're in the fight, flight, or free thing, or we tend to go to those places super fast, diffusing Arbor Vitae can be a game changer. Try it. Now, is Arbor Vitae going to be the game changer for everyone? No, it's not, because everyone is different and everyone reacts to essential oils a little differently. But just like you can say, vitamin C is good for colds, right? And it's good for the majority of people, right? We can say, hey, if you're having this issues, Arbor Vitae is an oil that's good for the majority of people. Maybe it's not going to be good for you, though. Maybe there's another essential oil that will work better. And then we can explore that, right? Anyway, so Arbor Vitae is a oil that can help us when we have been in abused or codependent relationships, right? And I don't know that I'm the expert on codependency. I'm sure. Well, I know I'm not the expert on codependency, but from my understanding, what it is someone has a bad behavior, and you're codependent, so you kind of help facilitate that bad behavior, even though you don't want it. So I'll give you an example. Someone drinks too much, and they can't go to work. Caleb, I need you to help with that, whatever's going on upstairs, okay? Honey. Thank you. Okay, so someone drinks too much, and they're so drunk that they can't go to work the next day, and their boss calls, and they're like, hey, like, what's happening with this person? Why aren't they at work? And you say, oh, they're sick, right? Well, that's acting in a codependent manner, because your behavior facilitates them not having the consequences that they would have otherwise. So anyway, if you've had if you've been in abusive relationships, or if you've been in codependent relationships, Arbor Vitae can be a game changer on that as well. And it can help with the healing. It can help with the, no, I'm gonna draw proper boundaries. I'm not gonna facilitate your bad behavior anymore. Or I'm gonna stop the abuse. You don't get to abuse me anymore, right? It can help us again become steady to stand our ground. Specifically, Arbor Vitae is a very useful oil. I hear what the books say is that it's a very useful oil for people who are going through a divorce to feel more safe, stable, secure, and be better at holding boundaries. So, and holding boundaries, like, gracious, do we all need to hold boundaries a lot of the time? Absolutely. We absolutely do, right? Our children don't have their homework done and they want to go out and play. Do we need to be tough and hold a boundary? Yes, we do. Or even with us, we need to hold our boundaries. Hey, hun, talking to ourselves. Hey, hun, that's not good to do. I'm creating a boundary, and there will be a consequence for this if you do it, right? Setting and maintaining proper boundaries is so good for everyone, and Arbor Vitae can be an oil that can help us. It can help us feel capable, sturdy, grounded, powerful, and independent. Now, I want to talk about one of the last gifts of Arbor Vitae, and that is if you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders and that you are kind of in the fight for whatever it is alone. And so if you're kind of feeling that way, Arbor Vitae can be an oil to help us remember that we're not in this fight alone. We're not in the struggle alone. We're not in the battle alone. Who else is in the battle with us? Well, we know we are children of God, and God is always on our team. He's always on our side. He's always moving the universe to help us get where places that will be good for us, right? I think my little one is up, so I'm sorry if you're hearing him in the background. Anyway, but I could also open our eyes. So it can help us open our eyes to see just the blessings that we get from God, and the guidance and the wonderful help that He is to us. But it can also open our eyes to other people around us who are really trying to help. Like, maybe sometimes we feel like we're in the struggle alone, and we're not. Anyway, hold on. Wesley, Caleb, I need to go help Xander, please. Sorry, I don't know what you saw. He just kind of came out of the bathroom, and he's still kind of learning to put on his pants. I sure hope you didn't see that as he came out of the bathroom and just kind of put on his pants. We'll have to check that. This is definitely one video I'm going to have to go back and look and not post if he did that. Anyway, sorry if you saw something that little boy putting on his pants.
He's good.
Okay. Anyway, so going back, if we think that we are the only ones that are in this fight, we are not. God is always there. And honestly, there are other people around us who, if they knew what was really going on, would want to join us in their fight and our struggle with whatever we are struggling with. So Arbor Vitae is just an essential oil that we can put on our heart area, diffuse, put on our head area, to know, to help remind us that we are not in this battle alone. That there are unseen friends and unseen powers and people around us that we might not even see that are trying to help. Okay? Anyway, that is Arbor Vitae. It is super good. If you're trying to be more grounded, you can pair it with patchouli, vetiver, cedarwood. If you're trying to be more lifted up and more kind of connecting more with your intuition and inspiration, you can pair it with Melissa or lemon, the Douglas fir, Siberian fir, the spruces. Arbor Vitae kind of has a masculine scent. We mentioned that in one of the other videos. And so if you're trying to just create a fun kind of masculine scent here, pairing it with black pepper and lime can be a super nice blend. Anyway, have fun comparing it with your different essential oils. I would love to see or hear how you use Arbor Vitae and what you love to pair it with. Love to hear that in the comments. Anyway, that is everything that I wanted to say about Arbor Vitae. Again, if you feel like you are having to exude this like excessive effort, Arbor Vitae, it can help you. If you're fearful, if you have relationships in the past where you have felt controlled, Arbor Vitae can help. It can help us feel peaceful. It can help us feel grounded, trusting, relaxed, and just being able to open our eyes to the grace that's really functioning around us. So again, the diffuser blend that we're diffusing this week is 2 drops Arbor Vitae, 2 drops eucalyptus, 2 drops ylang ylang. Arbor Vitae, the oil of divine grace; eucalyptus, the oil of wellness; ylang ylang, the oil of the inner child. Diffusing 2 drops of each of those all at the same time in a beautiful diffuser blend. The song that I'm pairing for today is Lean on Me, as we are happy to, the affirmation for the day is, we are happy to share our questions with others who may know and know the answers or just know the situation. And the affirmation for the entire week is, I am good at asking for help on things. I am good at asking for help on things. I know as you ask for help on the things that you need, you will get the help. I know that. You will. You will feel happier. Others around you who are helping you will feel happier too. Okay, this is Suzanne Williams, and as I'm at, me too, right? Everything I'm saying, me too. Okay, so this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life, telling us all that I know that with God, we can make it a great day. Bye-bye.